Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker. I'm the head trader here, but I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. So in today's video, we'll take a look at the economic data, we'll go over some news, we'll do a market recap, and then we'll look at the trading opportunities from today. So there wasn't really any super significant economic data this week. On the economic data front, this week is going to be a lot lighter than we had last week. But tomorrow, Tuesday, April 18th, we do get building permits. So now we'll look at the earnings calendar. We did have a couple notable earnings today. We did have Charles Schwab, State Street, MN, and M&T Bank. So now we'll look at the news. We did have the SEC charge Bittrex crypto exchange for violating federal laws. And we also had Congressman Warren Davidson come out and introduce some legislation to actually remove Gary Gensler as the head of the SEC. And he wants to replace it with an executive director that reports directly to the board. So yeah, this is super interesting. I really hope this works. I really hope they get rid of Gary Gensler because that is an evil mofo right there. And this is the VIX right here, the volatility index, as you can see, reaching down to its lowest levels since before January 2020. And we also have Janet Yellen finally admitting that the sanctions that they imposed on Russia and other countries has caused the U.S. dollar's dominance to be put at risk here. And we have China warning of major military action in the Yellow Sea coming up on Tuesday. And we have VW, Rivian, Nissan, BMW all losing access to EV tax credits. And this is the misery index, which combines the unemployment rate and the year-over-year CPI rate. As you can see, it dropping down here to 8.5%. And we also have Apple to launch a high-yield savings account offering 4.15% APY in a partnership with Goldman Sachs. And this is honestly extremely high APY here, so this could definitely shake up a lot of things here. So now we'll look at the markets. Starting here in the debt market, we have the U.S. 10-year yield here, as you can see, getting another green day here, continuation to the upside after breaking through that midline on Friday. Getting up here pretty close to the upper band here on the daily chart with a momentum squeeze to the upside. Oh, now we'll look at the dollar. Dollar, another green day here as well after bouncing off those lows from February on Friday, getting up here, approaching that midline on the daily chart. Stocks, we do have a green day here in stocks, still sitting up here, just slowly climbing up in the middle of the upper end of this daily range here. Starting the week off green. Crypto, we do have a red day here in Bitcoin, starting the week off red here, as you can see, getting after wicking off that upper extreme here on the weekly chart, coming back down here to for a retest of these highs here and this midline coming up. XRP, red day here in XRP as well, starting to get pretty squeezed here. As you can see, these bands getting pretty tight. With price still sitting here right above that midline. Been consolidating in this range for quite some time now. Getting back under that weekly band. Opening up here below that weekly band. So not the most bullish price action, but we're still sitting here above this band, with squeeze. So I would expect some type of move to happen, relatively soon here in XRP. Now look at commodities. We do have oil, green day here in oil, not too much to talk about, just still kind of sitting up here, consolidating at the upper end of this daily range. Kind of sitting here on top of this key $82 level. Gold, red day here in gold too, after getting a wick down and touching that midline here, still getting doing some consolidation right here below all-time highs, waiting for continuation up through that level. Look at silver. Silver, we do have a red day here, getting more continuation to the downside here on this pullback after really extending to the upside and getting super far away from this midline here. As you can see, probably gonna consolidate around this 24.50 level. Come back down for a retest of these highs in this midline. So now we'll look at the trading opportunities. We'll start with our volume analysis here on the daily chart. As you can see, we did have volume is declining here over the past couple days, but we did get pretty much all buying today. Barely any sliver worth of red on there. Now look at the 5-minute. As you can see, pretty garbage price action today. Friday was pretty garbage price action too. As you can see, we got our open up here. Then we got a, sell off down to the downside here before bouncing, and just kind of going sideways and then really getting a strong bounce into the close here. Because, I mean, it was pretty much all sell volume, all selling until, here at 2 o'clock before we get this massive bounce. And if you look at that daily chart, I mean, that's just all green there. So definitely a lot of volume coming in here on this bounce that we got coming into 2 o'clock here. But when it comes to trades, I didn't like any of this for a trade. We can zoom out. If you see here we were kind of, bearish down here. As you can see, getting below these 1 hour EMAs, and we were below these 30-minute EMAs, below VWAP. But we did pull into this lower band down here on the 15-minute, which also lined up with this 2 hour 20 EMA, which is where we found really strong support there before getting that big bounce. So, a lot of conflicting direction here. What you see, like breaking down below VWAP in the open to the downside, and then just getting a really strong bounce here. Not the most directional trade here. Not really the best setups. I mean, you kind of have a squeeze to the downside here, but this is, earlier in the day, about 10:45. So yeah, we can look at the, actually, we can look at the relativity here. As you can see, same kind of price action here on the NASDAQ. After getting, kind of a push down off the open, consolidating, and then just getting a rip into the close. As you can see, the relatively how much stronger the SPY was here. As you can see how much farther up above the open it did push compared to the NASDAQ here. But there was a couple trades I wanted to go over. I think the one I liked the most was Bank of America. If you remember Friday's video, Bank of America was the trade that we took along with that JP Morgan trade to take advantage of those really strong bank earnings, because this was Friday. We got the big gap up off those, earnings beats. And then today, was just kind of a continuation day off that. As you can see, getting our push up, pull back, nice pennant formed here, consolidation on top of Friday's highs. That's what that line is, as you can see right there. Nice consolidation here on top of Friday's highs with the VWAP coming in. We got a squeeze here. Didn't really get the best momentum shift, but we did get a squeeze. We can zoom out. And you see here on the daily chart, we were just getting this nice squeeze with upward momentum here on the daily chart. Nice volume. As you can see here with that 15-minute trade line coming up to catch the bid and push it to highs on the day. So we got that squeeze right here on top of Friday's highs with the trade line coming up to catch the bid. And you can see we also got a 30-minute cross here as well to push us up through the highs. So yeah, really nice trade here on Bank of America to take advantage of some continuation on the strength we got from good earnings. There was some other trades I wanted to go over. What do we have? We had, oh yeah, Shopify. Shopify had a good, pretty decent move here as well. So yeah, here we have Shopify. We'll start on its daily chart here. As you can see on the daily chart, we were getting a squeeze here. Not the best momentum, but we were getting a squeeze here after getting a nice kind of double bottom here off of this midline before, squeezing up here to the upside. As you can see with this 15-minute trade line coming in, crossing VWAP to catch the bid right here at about 11:30 before, really getting that squeeze and pushing us up to these highs back here from Wednesday. And we just, that's where that line's drawn from Wednesday's highs here. So that was a nice, target there. If you look up here at the 2-hour chart, as you can see, we got that big pullback into the 50-day moving average, the 20-day moving average with a squeeze with upward momentum here on the 2-hour chart, which really gave us that nice push back up here to retest these highs from Wednesday. We go back to the 5-minute. And see, getting our push up, pull back. Not the best momentum, like I said. There hasn't been the best momentum shifts recently on these squeezes, but we are just, buying these squeezes here with these trade line VWAP crosses happening on the 15 minutes. That's what you want to look for. You want to look for a trade line VWAP cross on either the 15-minute or the 30-minute and a 5-minute squeeze here. So yeah, really nice. I like the daily chart here on Shopify. I also like this big pullback squeeze kind of that we got after this big rejection bounce up here, gap up. Yeah, pretty nice trade here on Shopify on this squeeze to the upside here to get back up to Wednesday's highs. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we also have Delta. The volume was kind of low on this. And this stock didn't really have a lot of liquidity on the options. So, I mean, it had its push up, pull back, as you can see, momentum shift squeeze to the upside. So we got our squeeze right here after bouncing off VWAP, and which did cause us to get a push back up here to retest the highs. You can zoom out here to the daily chart. We'll start on the daily chart. As you can see, this was kind of a chart or a play because we were breaking through that 20-day EMA here. And that EMA is sitting at 34.15. And 34.15 is like right up in this level right here above Thursday's highs. And we were getting up through that 200-day moving average. So I did like this trade for a breakout, just to the upside here through the 200-day moving average and that daily midline. As you can see, we got our push up, pull back, consolidation, squeeze with upward momentum, and then we got this trade line come in to hold the bid. You can really see here on the 30-minute. This is more of a 30-minute trade line VWAP cross. As you see that 30-minute trade line coming in, crossing above VWAP, and then really pushing us up to retest the highs. So yeah, pretty decent trade here on Delta. Had a nice setup. Not really any good options contracts, so you would have just probably gone ahead and bought the shares outright if you did take this squeeze here for a trade. There was also Schwab. It made a move. It was one of those companies that reported earnings today. It really didn't have the best chart. Daily chart, we'll start there. As you can see, this is not the most ideal daily chart. It's still like just really far down here at the lower end of this daily range. Not really having the best breakouts or anything. We can zoom out more here to the 2-hour. As you can see, not really in the best spot. Still below that 20 daily moving average here. We did get a cross here, the trade line crossing up, above this 20 EMA, and we did have a squeeze, but, still really not the best pattern, not the best daily chart. I mean, it did have really high volume compared to a lot of the other stocks, as you can see here with 51 million volume here. It was at the top of the vol scanner, and it was reporting earnings. It did have a catalyst, but, it didn't have the best daily chart, but, I mean, it ended up having a nice move here at the end of the day for this squeeze to the upside here. As you can see, we got our momentum shift here with our squeeze above VWAP here. And, another reason this wasn't the best trade is because we were sitting right here below Friday's highs, but, we did get our move here. As you can see, I'll zoom out a little more. As you can see with this, this was more of a 1 hour. You see this 1 hour came up, this 1 hour trade line came up, caught the bid, and pushed us up here to the highs. Up here to this daily 20 moving average. As you can see on the 15-minute, it's what we usually like to look for. It was getting just completely chopped through. The 30-minute did look cleaner. As you can see that the candles were opening and closing above that level. But really what it was here that really got us up there, to break new highs on the day was this 1 hour. Crossing above this 1 hour trade line, crossing above this 20 EMA, pulling into price here and catching the bid and really pushing it up to this upper extreme here. So yeah, pretty nice trade here on Charles Schwab to take advantage of these bank earnings. But yeah, these were the main trades I liked right here. Bank of America, Delta, Shopify, and Charles Schwab on the day. But yeah, it's kind of a weird day today. The past couple days in the SPY have been kind of weird, but with this price action, not really too directional, just kind of trading in and out of the open, throughout the day. Nothing really too nice here to trade on the SPY or the NASDAQ, but we have been getting some decent trades here on, just individual stocks. Yeah, green day to start the week this week. Yep, so that should do it for the video. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will talk to y'all later.